Good afternoon and welcome back once again to Tungsten Tales. Block A of Q School Stage 1 is done and dusted, and we have a whole heap of players through to Stage 2 to make up those 128 player tournaments in both Niederhausen and Milton Keynes. We've still got Block B to come over the next 3 days, but plenty of players have secured their place this afternoon, and we're here to run you through all of those players. We'll start in Milton Keynes. 4 players confirmed their place by winning that tournament. All of them had confirmed their place through the order of merit beforehand, but winning breeds confidence. So John Imrie is the first name we'll have a very quick look at, and that final performance is one that particularly stands out to me. You look a little bit further, and you've got an 86 against Connor Scott, who was holding on for much of the day as well. A 92.8 against Niall Cullerton, who is another name that's through via the order of merit, and then defeating Fallon Sherrock, 103.7 and a 6-0 whitewash. He is definitely going to be a name to watch out for, but if you look, there's a huge difference, a 35-point average difference in his first round to his final round match. So a player that blows hot and cold by the look of it, but certainly one to look out for. You've also got Ryan Hogarth of Scotland and Christopher Bent with a 99 average in his final game against Shane McGurk. And then the final player to win a tournament this afternoon on the third day of Block A is Kevin Painter, a former World Championship finalist, of course. And he's had a very good few days, to be honest. He was right up there in the order of merit before he won that match, but he'll be delighted with his day's action. There's been really consistent stuff. He's never been pushed into a final leg, which will be a huge relief, I'm sure, but a 79.8 to kick off the day against Lloyd Wintle, defeating Aaron Turner, Tony Newell, Chris Quantock, all players that have got a bit of a reputation and then got some good games under their belts. He defeated Gordon Mathers, 6-3 in his last 16 game. Of course, Gordon Mathers we've seen in the World Championship a couple of times over the years, and defeated Peter Hudson, another former tour card holder, in his final. So for Kevin Painter, a very productive day. So they're your 4 winners. There's nobody I'm going to particularly focus on in the order of merit as such, but we will have a quick look ahead over to Darts Rankings. And you've got to say, for someone like myself and darts fans following the action through Q School, dartsrankings.com has been an absolute saviour with the up-to-date rankings. I mean, it's an incredible platform, and it's been very, very helpful for me. I can say that for sure. So some of the names, I mean, up there, David Wazowski, a player that's competed in the IDL a lot over the years. He's number 1 in the rankings with 10 points, and maybe a little bit unlucky not to come through as an event winner. Peter Hudson, who I just mentioned, Josh McCarthy, who made back-to-back last 8 games on the first 2 days, but was knocked out in the first round, I believe, by Connor Scott. I could be wrong on that one. 6-5, I believe that was. John Brown, the son of Steve Brown, has a very good few days, putting some excellent averages. If he can produce something like that in Stage 2, he's going to be a real threat. Some of the other big names: Fallon Sherrock, Adam Smith-Neal, Gordon Mathers, who I mentioned. Nathan Girvan came close to knocking out Fallon Sherrock, and that would have actually seen Fallon Sherrock be right on the edge of that qualification criteria. Who knows if she'd have lost to Nathan Girvan in that one, but the nerves did seem to get a little bit to the young Scot. Kevin McDine, Hope Puha, he's been over here since, I believe, November, following the World Cup of Darts, then competed in the World Championship, and has stayed over obviously for Q School from New Zealand. Terrific from him, terrific dedication to stay over, and great to see him get through via the order of merit. And then it was an anxious wait for Graham Usher and Chris Quantock, who just sneak in. And if you look at the gap between Quantock and Wayne Warren, they've got the same leg difference, but I believe it was just legs won for Quantock that got him over the line. So that's the UK. That is the UK players that have made it through. If you want to see any more, you can log on to dartconnect.com or dartsrankings.com. We'll have a quick look into the European players that have made it through to stage 2 of Q School, and all the big players have made it through. It's a little less competitive, you've got to say. Before I leave you, I will run through some of the players that haven't quite made it. But first of all, the EU players, Raymond van Barneveld. Another good day for him. He's probably been the player of Q School so far. Another 102.1 average to beat Denny Older-Carter. Only having to play 4 games today, but some terrific averages. And then defeating Kenny Nayans in his final game. We've also got Franz Roche, Nico Kurtz, and this fella here, which I cannot remember the first name of, which is a little bit embarrassing, Jeremy van der Winkel, through to the second stage. I'll have a little look at Nico Kurtz's averages, because to be honest, I was a little bit disappointed. I mean, 78 in the first round, 83 and 80 in the last 16 in the quarterfinals, for a player that's got some terrific history at the World Championships and probably one of the best players at Q School, you'd have to say. A little bit disappointing, but I'm sure when he needs it, as you can see in the 6-5 win over Yuri Breshka, he can turn it on. So fair play, he's through, as are many of the top players in the European Q School. We'll take you through the order of merit for that now in the EU Q School. So Gert de Vos tops the order of merit. You've also got players like Moreno Blom, Wesley Plaisier, Michael Unterbuchner, a former BDO World Championship semi-finalist. A little further down, Sebastian Steyer, who we've seen on the European Tour in the BDO Worlds. Mario Vandam Beaugard, he lost out in the first round today, and it looked, although he might be in for a little bit of an anxious wait, but he makes it through fairly comfortably in the end. Also, Rene Idams, Patrick Kovac, and Kai Gotthardt is another good player we've seen on the European stage before. They've all made it through. There are no names in particular in the European side of things that you would expect to see go through that haven't made it through. But that cannot be said for the UK order of merit. There are plenty of names that are not in the green. I've not made it through. I mean, Wayne Warren is one of the standout names, the still current reigning BDO World Champion, just missing out on legs won, but there are many names I could highlight. Wes Newton, former Premier League player, was in the top 6 in the world, I believe. I believe he was possibly even up to 4 or 5 at one point. Cameron Menzies, former BDO World Championship player, a player we've seen on the Pro Tour even last year, filling in from the Challenge Tour spots. James Richardson, a former tour card holder and a player that's been in excellent form recently, not even making it through to stage 2. Dave Prince, the Badger from the North East, not making it through either. Mike Norton, John Bowles, a former tour card holder. Ben Hazel we've seen in the World Championships and the BDO World Championships before. Lorraine Winstanley, and even Daryl Fitton not making it through. A BDO stalwart turning up for Q School once again, and I'm sure he won't be too delighted with his performances, but hopefully we'll see him on the Challenge Tour, as we will many of these players, and maybe we can see him on the Pro Tour through that route. So that is it for Block 1. We've got 36 players coming through the order of merit in the UK, and I believe the same amount, 43 players, coming through so far on the order of merit for the EU side of things. They join the 4 winners from each day, so 12 from each school, along with the names that have automatically gone into stage 2 of Q School, the likes of the Challenge Tour winners, the top 16, the top players in the Development Tour, and the previous tour card holders as well. We'll be back for more tomorrow, the start of Block B, the likes of Danny Baggish in action, Matt Campbell over in the EU, and plenty more names as well, and we'll have all that covered here on Tungsten Tales. And don't forget to follow us on social media, where you can follow link by link updates of Q School.